Match day 14 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League continues live on your World of Champions. We're at Barbourfield Stadium where Mine hosted Dynamos. It's been an interesting start to the season for Dimbare as they've suffered under Paulo Jorge Silva, but fortunes have since changed. It's going to be a chilly afternoon here in Mbalawa, as you'd expect in the middle of winter. 7 degrees the minimum and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. Fantastic conditions if you ask the players. Well, as far as Mine are concerned, this afternoon they'll be hoping to win a game. It's been 7 games without a victory for Kelvin Kayindu. Can they turn things around? Well, that's the big question that they have to ask and that they have to answer. I'm with Steve Vickers. Steve, it's very interesting when you take a look at these two teams. You've got Dynamos, who started poorly. Mine started brilliantly, but things have since changed.
Yeah, it's been all the way down for Mine, a terrible run for them, and Dynamos continue their rise to the top. If they win today, they'll be just 3 points off the pace, and nobody could have imagined that 2 months ago.
Well, pace setters are Caps United with an impressive victory yesterday. 2-0 to the good against Cholocho takes them right to the top of the table. Triangle United 1-0 winners of Chapungu, but perhaps the surprise result was FC Platinum dropping points at the colliery.
Yeah, one get beaten at home last time, but managing to beat FC Platinum, who were the leaders going into the game yesterday. Only a late penalty made that scoreline respectable. Shock defeat that for Platinum.
Well, Highlanders will look at Mutare City Rovers as an opportunity to get all 3 points and perhaps a draw level with Caps United. Interestingly, when you take a closer look, FC Platinum have a game in hand and Highlanders too.
Yeah, so Highlanders, even after today's game, will still have a game in hand. The other teams have been dropping points, but it's Dynamos who've got to 15 points in their last 5 games. But you'd say probably 6 teams, even more, are in with a chance of winning the league this season. It's a wide open race.
Well, this is the bottom half of the table. This is where you find Mine, a team that started so well, and Chicken Inn, the champions, seem to be struggling under Raman Gumbo.
Yeah, Chicken Inn, it's not going to be their year by the looks of it. And for Mine, early days, they were right there in the title chase, but now they're finding themselves dropping down towards the relegation zone. They're much too good to be in 12th position, Mine.
Still struggling our border strikers with just the 2 wins from 14 games played. Well, Mine will be looking for divine intervention maybe this afternoon. Things haven't been going according to plan as they've really struggled. 7 games without a victory. You'd think Kelvin Kayindu and these players as well are better than that.
Yeah, even the coach himself is getting frustrated. It's a difficult spell for them, but to quality players, that's Pasca Mananga. They've got big assets there.
I got the opportunity to speak to Kayindu, who says that things are not going according to plan.
Our run has not been good. I think we have gone now. This is the 6th game without picking up a victory. It's a draw. Our best result has been a draw, and we just hope today we'll get our things right. I think from the last game that we played, I think we saw a bit of consistency in the way we defended. That has been our weakness, but at least in the last game we saw some improvement, and we know once our defense is solid, we are definitely about to get a goal.
What do you feel needs to change significantly in order to get a different result today?
Like I said earlier on, it's the way we have been defending. If you look at the games that we have played, it's only 3 games that we have not scored, and we have conceded in all the games that we have played, apart from those games that we did not score. Only 3 goalless draws that we managed to keep a clean sheet. We are a team that has been conceding, and at the same time we have been scoring. But our average in terms of defending has not been good. But if we look at the way we defended against Harare City, we never gave them any chance. There was no opportunity for them to show any danger or threat against our goal. We hope our defense will still remain tight even today.
Kelvin Kayindu has been made to tinker things about, dropping his captain Kumbuyani, opting for some combinations as victories have been hard to come by. 4-4-2 formation he goes for today.
Yeah, up front there, Kuda Musharu and Charles Sabanda, experienced strike partnership. There's goals in them. Timothy January gets a start today, this exciting young winger, and playing with 2 defensive links, Makundika Sakala, the Zambian, and Tembani Masuku.
It's been a struggle in his own words, Kelvin Kayindu, but today he'll look to some of the players like Praise Tona, who can step up to the plate.
Praise Tonna moved with Kaindu from Triangle to How Mine. A very exciting young player, utility player, but he's at his favoured right back position today. He's been in the Zimbabwe under-20 squad a couple of years ago and loves to overlap, and he's really deadly with his free kicks, is Praise Tonna. And another player who moved from Triangle is Pasca Mananga. He's the playmaker, full of trickery and skill in midfield is Pasca Mananga. He's the engine room of the team in midfield. He provides the creativity, and if he's on song, as he'll need to be, then he can give Dynamo something to think about. So the likes of Mananga are going to be absolutely crucial today if How Mine are going to give Dynamos a decent game in this contest.
Well, they have to go on a winning run. That was the call from the fans, and it looks like Lloyd Mutasa is delivering on that promise.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic run. He's got the players clicking. There was pressure for Mutasa early on when he took over from Paulo Silva, but now he's got the team playing at top form. Roderick Mutuma not enjoying his best football right now, it has to be said, but others such as Kuzunai Nyakasaka playing well.
It's been 5 victories on the trot for Lloyd Mutasa and his boys. I spoke to him and he took us through what exactly has been key.
Yeah, I think it was good for us, but you know, this is another different game altogether.
When you look at How Mine, they haven't won in 7 games. Do you feel you've got the edge over them?
No, 2 days are never the same, and you cannot underestimate How Mine. It's a good side, and it's going to be a tough match. Every team that plays Dynamos would want to give us a good run, so it's another tough match today.
Can you give us an update on Denver Mkamba and how happy you are to have him amongst the ranks?
Yeah, it's good. Denver is one of the intelligent players that we have at the moment, and it's good to have him back, more so when we are closer to the halfway season.
Is he eligible to play?
Not for today. I think it has been late. His papers are yet to arrive, the ITC, but all papers have been done, but we are waiting in ITC.
Well, it's a diamond 4-4-2 formation that Dynamos will use this afternoon. A key has been their defensive play. They haven't conceded any in their last 4 games.
Yeah, so Abemwera Hari there in defence with Sydney Linyama. Both of those are in good form. Simba Gorogodjigo plays again for Dynamos. A sign from Cholocho made a good debut for the club. Stephen Alamenda has the captaincy, and up front there, Roderick Mutuma with young King Nasama.
Oh, it's been a nice blend of experience and youth too for Lloyd Mutasa, but some men like Abemwera Hari are unsung heroes.
Well, since he moved from Monomatapa to Dynamos, he's been playing pretty well, but he's at the top of his game right now. He headed in the winner away to Bulawayo City here at Barberfields, then played well in the victory over Border Strikers. So Mwera Hari, who does love to come forward and attack as well, he's another utility player. He has hit top form with Dynamos. And Masimba Mambari is back on form after a couple of years where he's been blighted by injuries. The last few games he has been playing extremely well. And here at Barberfields, he's played some of his best football when he was back playing with Highlanders in those days. So such an exciting player as Mambari. He is one to watch out for today for Dynamos.
Oh, it's a unique game, Steve, when you look at these 2 teams. One team that are bang in form and another team that is struggling. Is it an easy one to call for you?
If you look at the form book, you'd have to say Dynamos. But if the real How Mine stands up today, if they play at their best, they can give Dynamos a run for their money. But you just look at the way they've been playing, you'd have to say a Dynamos win is more likely.
So Dynamos are hoping to extend their winning run from 5 games to 6 in a row. Are they able to do so? Well, they can't afford to drop any more points if they are to challenge for the title. Up next, first half commentary from Steve Vickers. Match day of 14 continues live on your World of Champions this afternoon. The former champions, the Dynamos, will be hoping to extend their winning run to 6 games in a row. It's been a road to recovery that has been absolutely brilliant from Lloyd Mutasa and his boys. They've tried to tinker things about. It looks like something is clicking. As far as how Mine are concerned, 7 games without a victory is a big worry for Kelvin Kayendu. What can they produce today? I'll have to look to the likes of Timothy January, and they can perhaps turn things around.
Yes, a big support for Dynamos. Wherever they go, there'll be plenty of fans, and they're here in numbers at Barber Fields for this midweek contest. How Mine in the dark blue, Dynamos in the white and the blue colours. It's been such a bad spell for How Mine. Can they turn it around against the country's most popular side? Stephen Alamenda captains Dynamos today. Their big absenteeism here is Ocean Mushure, who's injured. Otherwise, they've got a very decent squad here. Bonamali Buanali is our referee, assisted by Abraham Manda, Venancio Zulu and Zivu Siso Nkomo, and the match commissioner, Raphael Nyati. It's a cold afternoon, not too windy at the moment. The pitch in good condition as usual, but a little bumpy in places. So for How Mine, lining up in a 4-4-2 formation, Charles Savanda and Kuda Musharu are up front for them. Heritain Masuku dropped for this game here. Timothy January, the exciting winger, gets a start today. Watch out also for Kariamini and Pasca Mananga. No doubt Kelvin Kayendu has got a high-quality squad. But he's been getting frustrated with the way that they have been playing. 7 games without a win. And for Dynamos, Ocean Mushure out. In for him is Carlos Rusere as they also go 4-4-2. Masimba Mambare will be playing down the wing. Simba Gorogojigo on the other. And Stephen Alamenda and Tejona Chipunza are the defensive midfielders. Lloyd Mutasa has got the Glamour boys clicking with 5 straight victories. Taking over from Paulo Silva. Took a couple of games to get to winning ways, but he really has proved his mettle. And you'd have to say on paper Dynamos are the favourites to win this game here too. Adolf Muganyi, the youngster on the bench for How Mine. Former Dynamos captain Tawanda Muparati there as well, and former Caps captain Tapio Kumbayani. And for Dynamos only 6 substitutes because Denbu Makamba is here, but he has not got his international clearance certificate as yet, so he's having to watch from the stands. 2 goalkeepers on the bench for Dynamos in Ashley Reyners and Tondere Mateo Unga. Roderick Mutume, centre of the picture with the blonde hair, hasn't been playing well, but he has scored some big goals here at Barber Field. Pascal Mananga, midfield playmaker for How Mine. Kariamini playing at left back. What a run it's been for Dynamos. Just could not have imagined that they could be in the picture so quickly after being in the relegation zone in the early matches of the season. Bonamali Buanali, our referee. How Mine kick us off in the dark blue colours up against Dynamos in the white. As Tejona Chipunza commits a foul in the opening couple of seconds of the game. Midfielder for Dynamos, move from triangle. Tatenda Mukuruba is the keeper for Dynamos, but a pressure applied by Pasca Mananga. Over the head of Chipunza. Amini, former Dynamos player himself, but gives it away. Nassama's a player to look out for the Dynamos. Amini playing in the left-back position. Nassama, a really talented youngster. Woodwira with a throw. It's Nassama. And he'll get past Victor Kamuka. Kamuka, another former Dynamos player. And they get themselves a corner kick. Just a minute into the game. Well, noisy support for Dynamos. The fans are in good heart today. They take the corner short. Still danger. Kamuka gets it out. Timothy January for How Mine. Charles Savanda. Too many players were back. Picks out January though. There's Mananga in the box. So too Kuda Musharu. Mananga. Musharu. They will lose out to Simbarashe Gorogojigo, who was tripped. This man signed from Cholocho. Played well on his debut and has proved to be a hit with the fans already. Sent flying Gorogojigo, whose biggest claim to fame was scoring the first goal of last season when Cholocho beat Harare City 1-0 at Rufaro Stadium. January promising this for How Mine. 4 players to go for in the box, but decided to try the long shot. Well, the last time How Mine won a game, we broadcast it live on your World of Champions. It was a 2-1 win over Caps United, and 7 games after that without a win. Defeat away to Wange, a draw goalless against FC Platinum. 1-1 draw away to Cholocho, 2-0 defeat to Highlanders, 2-2 draw with Chapungu, lost 2-1 at home to Ngezi Platinum, and went to Harare last weekend and drew 0-0 with Harare City. It's a really barren spell for How Mine. That last win coming on the 15th of May. That same weekend, or the 14th of May, the following day, Dynamos lost 1-0 to FC Platinum at Rufaro Stadium, and violent scenes followed that. And at that point, How Mine were 4th in the table, and Dynamos were 15th, second from bottom, with only 5 points from 6 games. And how things have now turned around. Suma, Nassama. Two players are bringing King Nassama to the ground. Nakundika Sakala, this tall Zambian player, playing as defensive link. Kamuka also in on the act to those the 2 tallest players in the How Mine side. Oh, just kicked him in the face. Nasty that for King Nassama. Well, Dynamo's winning run started on a tragic note when they were victorious 2-1 away to Chapungu, when 9 fans lost their lives in a minibus they were travelling into Gweru, burst a tyre and went off the road. And Nassama's aunt was in that bus bringing boots to him. He scored in that game, not knowing whether she was dead or alive. Thankfully, her life was spared. Simba Mambare also scored in that contest. So he's going to be stretchered off, is King Nassama. That's when the boot goes in there. And that's where the injury was sustained. So chilly, windy conditions here in Bulawayo and indeed across most of Zimbabwe as we're in midwinter. See if he's going to recover. Resume with a drop ball. Roderick Mutuma puts it out. So not too much action in the game so far because of that injury to King Nasama. Goragojigo goes down. That's a free kick for the Dynamos. Push actually that from Musharu. Goragojigo, Sakala. Another foul. A lot of pushing and shoving in this game thus far. Tembani Masuku was the player. Stephen Alamenda comes in with an elbow out. Wasn't happy about that, Masuku. Tana. Mananga. Makundika Sakala. It's a very cautious start to this game. Nasama's back on and nearly dispossesses Victor Kamuka. Charles Sabanda. Offside. Sama clashing again. Goragojigo looming there, but they couldn't pick him out. Charles Sabanda. Pascal Mananga's got a little bit of space. Sibanda. That's a poor return pass.
So King Nasama has been brought back into play. They're trying to assess whether or not he can continue, but it looks like his eye is a bit swollen, but the medical team need to just assess him for the next 10 or 15 minutes to see if the eye will get worse. But at the moment he looks like he's got clear vision and he's set to continue.
Nasty that for Nasama. So keep an eye on how he will do with the recovery. The last two seasons, Dynamos have done the double over How Mine, home and away, 1-0 wins in 2015. Walter Mukanga scored the goal in the corresponding fixture here in Bulawayo last year. 2014, How Mine beaten 1-0 at home by Dynamos, and they had a 2-0 win in Harare. Also in 2015, Dynamos knocked out How Mine in the quarter-finals of the Easy Call Cup, so they've got 5 straight wins over How Mine. But 2013 was the year where How Mine really troubled Dynamos. First time they ever met at Rufaro Stadium, a 3-0 win, but then a 1-0 win in the return fixture. As Mananga puts over a decent-looking cross, and Mukuruba unorthodox clearance. Praise Tona. Space again is Pascal Mananga. Carlos Roseri playing at left back for Dynamos. So 2013, a huge shock. How Mine at Rufaro Stadium beat Dynamos 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the Mbada Diamonds Cup. Tembani Masuku getting the goal. Chipunza with the clearance. Nasama. onside. Nananga, Charles Sabanda opening for Hal Mine, but not enough power. And he had the near post covered anyway. Early days, but Hal Mine doing their share of attacking thus far. Obey Werahari to Alimenda. Kamuka. No shot on target as yet. So was in South Africa at Black Leopards, came back to have a stint at Dynamos, but didn't really get going there. Chipunza with a chance. Oh, Takana Chipunza. A snapshot from the former triangle man. Whistles just wide. Lovely layoff. Cracks that well. Donovan Bernard had to dive. If it had been on target, he probably would have stopped it. Best chance of the game so far that Dynamos have had. Praise Tonna. Ball went over the line. Rusere. King Nassama's getting involved a lot, but he gives away possession to Praise Tonna. Savannah and Musharu are both on side. Musharu. Still Kuda Musharu. Charles Savanda. Dynamos close him down though. Alimenda and now Rusere. Chipunza also was helping there. Garagojigo. Untidy from Praise Tonna. Obey Marahari. Picks out Mutuma. Amini. Alimenda. Carlos Rusere. Sakala and Tonna. Who's going to prove dominant in midfield will be a big question in this game. Gorogojigo is closed down. Kamuka beats Mutuma in that aerial challenge. Ananga. Sakala. Well, Tijona Chipunza is really stamping his authority on the game. One of the very first players the Dynamos signed in the off-season. And had a couple of good seasons with Triangle. Musharu gets some support from Masuku. Kuda Musharu. Opening here for Tembani Masuku. Dynamo's defence rather static. They let him take his shot, although it's well wide. Hal Mine coach Kelvin Kaindu expressed frustration after the 0-0 draw away to Harare City. Said of all the clubs he's coached in Zimbabwe, this has been the toughest assignment. Now this looks promising. Chance for Nassama! Well, that was a clear opportunity. Mambare with the cross. Masimba Mambare puts it over. That needed a precise first-time touch. And King Nassama gets it wrong. But we are seeing both sides creating chances. "16 minutes gone and no goals." Rusere with Mananga chasing. So Halmine coach Kelvin Kaindu said he felt that the players are still not really getting his philosophy at the club. One of the reasons he pointed to that there's a lot of veteran players in the squad. It's been a really difficult period for Kaindu and indeed the team as a whole. Mutuma to Nassama. Gojigo, his trip to the game. Sakala has been the victim of a few bad tackles. That's Simba Gojigo. And Sakala's been committing a lot of fouls. Mananga. Carlos Rusere. Kamuka's been steady at the back thus far for Halmine. Chipunza with the header. Gorogojigo, Mutuma. And Sakala tidies up. Timothy January. Put out by Sidney Linyama. January. Up a few more yards. The tall Sidney Linyama put under a bit of pressure. Amini. That's a promising cross. Musharu there, but well shielded by Obeinwera Hari. Controls it with the chest. Nassama. There's a blatant push. Kamuka. Looks of it. Yeah, so Kamuka not getting the yellow card for that. Here's Alimenda. By the time he's been spoken to by the ref. Alimenda goes from range. Dynamos are being made to work hard here by Halmine, who are playing a physical game and do seem to believe that they can produce an upset here. Alimenda way off target. 3 goal attempts each, so open game with plenty of attacking play. Timothy January. Musharu, it comes to Charles Sibanda, big chance here for Halmine. Sibanda, he fluffs it rather, but still openings. January! Oh, just goes past Pasca Mananga. Dynamos fortunate to get away with that. I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but lays it on beautifully for January. Could have been an own goal. So corner for Halmine. It's the playmaker Pasca Mananga who's going to put it over. January in particular. Pasca Mananga is a low one. Alimenda deals with it. Mananga. Well, Mukuruba doesn't do it cleanly. Charles Savanda, chance for Hal Mine. Oh, again, no power from Savanda. He's had a couple of decent chances, has Savanda. Well, Mukuruba tried to punch it away, but it wasn't convincing at all. And then earlier on, Savanda very easily have ended up as an own goal. As Carlos Roseri put it just wide. Chipunza. Roseri. Positive showing from Hal Mine thus far. Praise Tonna, the right back. Linyama. Ampare. Good contest so far, no goals midway through the first half. Muruwira takes the throw for Dynamos. Amini's working hard in the left back position. Muruwira with the throw takes it short. Scored from a free kick last weekend. Seemed to be probably a lucky goal from a long-range free kick from near the touchline, but that put Dynamos ahead against border strikers as they went on to win by 2-0. Amini, that's Masuku, nice touch from Charles Savanda. Tembani Masuku, Linyama heads it away. Amini, Hal Mine will try again. Onside, but again, lack of power. The problem for Hal Mine, this time Kuda Musharu. Rusere being put under pressure by Pasca Mananga. Chipunza was pushed by Tembani Masuku. Hal Mine continue to play with a physical edge. Chipunza sent flying again. We're going to see the first yellow of the game. Dynamo's players being given a bit of a rough ride here by Hal Mine. Second foul in less than a minute against a yellow card. Referee Bonamali, Guanali. No doubt about that. Dynamos then have a free kick from 30 yards out. More than 30 yards, actually. Donovan Bernard in goal today for Hal Mine, ahead of Munyaradzi Dia. Big opportunity for Dynamos. God knows Muruwira, Roderick Mutuma, Stephen Alimenda as the four men in the wall for Hal Mine. Mutuma's moved away. It's going to be Muruwira or Alimenda who's further behind the ball. Muruwira! Gets it around the wall, but just straight to the keeper. Donovan Bernard well positioned. It's a fast and exciting contest thus far, this one, but too many fouls, I'd have to say. Muruira pushes Musharu, and then he brings Muruira to the ground. Goragojigo, Chikunza, Sere. Musharu backpedaling into his own half. Tonner. It's going to be a throw-in to Dynamos. Chance to advance a little. Werahari. It's well blocked by Mananga. See this part of the pitch, a little bumpy and not such a covering of grass here, because it doesn't get enough sun in the winter months. The rest of the surface excellent though here at Barbourfields. Dynamo's 2 wins out of 3 in Bulawayo this season. Started off with a 3-0 defeat to Chicken Inn, and then 1-0 wins over Cholocho and over Bulawayo City. They tend to do well here at Barbourfields. Praise Tonner then to take the free kick for Hal Mine. Not a very good one. January stays on his feet. Timothy January.